right, welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so let's see which reviews are currently approved. So these two, before we merge these two, I would like to merge the pause and step frames feature first. Yeah. And this one we can probably go with, right? And this one as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can merge this one here. Helmut did write that he checked 1800 replays and there were no mismatches with this change. So that's very good. Then I will merge this. And that's only for 0 hour, right? Good. Good, then we have that. Then the next one. CSC. I opened a discussion here. Fake CSC for 0 hour has been activated. It matches the fake CSC of all other 0 hour 1.04 releases from EA. See that. It's now been activated. probably link this here. Resolves, closes. Relates to that. I would actually say that this is of major importance, or even critical. Yeah, because otherwise the clients wouldn't be able to match with the retail. Yeah, it's critical. Because without this change, players wouldn't be able to matchmake in network or online with clients that use a retail version of the game, right? I would put also a network. This changes an alternative to 852. Fake XCC for general city. This change allows players, allows VC6 builds to matchmake with retail users. This change allows VC6 builds to matchmake with retail users. VC6 builds to matchmake with retail builds. In network and online lobby. Let me take this table here and clarify what exactly this means. So let me make this a bit tidy here. I think we can add some more entries here. 0.5. Yeah, I haven't tested this, so I can't really tell, but okay, so this is not compatible. Is CSC compatible to? Okay, let me say here. Is CSC compatible with us, with this project? Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. 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 game is CSC compatible. VC6 build. Okay, so the game is that and that and that. Okay, is CSC compatible? There we go. Yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, yes. Fake CSC for channel CD. CD executable. Implement fake CSC for general CD 1.08, 0-hour CD 1.04, executable compatibility. Okay, let's read that through one more time. This change is an alternative to 852 and implements fake XE CSC for that. This change allows VC6 build to matchmake with retail builds in network and online lobby. Okay. Okay. For 0-hour, we are in a very fortunate position that all this is compatible. I don't know about 0-hour Steam 1.05. But Genpatcher downgrades to 1.04 anyway because Gentoo is not compatible with that. So I think most players still use one of these executables. For generals, it's unfortunate situation, but then there are not so many generals players to begin with, so it's probably not that big of a deal. Okay, cool. I think that's good. Let me look over the code one more time to make sure that we didn't miss anything. We take compatible CSC. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Maybe we should also we should also say it also prints it also allows to this change implements fake exe CSC for that, and performance thingy. And allows VC6 builds to matchmake with retail builds in the online lobby, network lobby, and online lobby. It also it also allows to suppress version mismatch warnings in the replay load menu. It also suppresses version mismatch warnings in the replay load menu when loading compatible replays. I think we can also append this description here to clarify what this means. Okay. Good. Good. Then what's next? Okay, good. I think that's it for now. Here for this change, I would like to say, let's put it feature to, maybe we say pause and step frames like this. And replay playback. Okay. Team cleanup. Good. So next. There's one more thought I had here regarding what we did last session. I was thinking that maybe instead of doing this stuff here, maybe we can have a macro that does it for us automatically. Where we say, let me think. Um, it would be nice to put this here in one line, right? This and this and this and this, right? So it's compact. We don't need to do this Boolean test. We don't need to put this if-def here, right? We just have one function or macro that we put this in and it just works. Like a fetch function that provides us this and then a fallback string. A fallback. That would be better, yeah. Let's think, how do we do that? We would like to compile these strings out when this is 0, right? Or undefined, yeah. Yeah. If we just make a function and pass it, then it's compiled in. So it has to be some macro, right? But that makes it a bit unpleasant. have to... substitute. Yeah. Man. Yeah, we cannot pass it as a function argument because that will always compile in those strings, which seems excessive. I mean, it's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but I don't think we should do that. There has to be some macro. The macro can be local to the argument, but then maybe we say fetch. Say fetch or substitute. Then we put it. Fetch. I think I have an idea. So we have this fetch function, right? Here. Label. Okay. So I think what we can do is get strings with label prefix. So I think what we can do is, oh, it's a virtual function. Oh. So I would say we add a new function, Unicode string fetch or subs. Do we even need a new function? I will be right back. Okay, we are back. I wonder, maybe we don't actually need... Maybe we don't need to add a new function. Instead, instead we just add a new macro that says by the way, there comes something to my mind. There comes something to my mind. Let me go to main branch. Regarding game defines, Jesus, game defines here. I think we don't use this correctly, these macros. Yeah, I think this should be changed to that. Because if we would flip that define to 0, then it would still compile in this stuff. Let me load that in Visual Studio Code. Here it's already correct. Yeah, it was a little mistake on my side. Yeah. Ah, shit. Refactor. Macro. Refactor. Retail compatible CSC macro usage. Refactor use of macro. Yeah, it's just now that I noticed this. I should have fixed it 30 minutes ago. No. Follow up for that. I used retail compatible CSC macro slightly incorrectly. Flipping that macro to 0 would not compile out the code in VC6 builds. Refactor. Okay. I think for this change you can remove these tags. Yeah, it's irrelevant for the games. Good. Next, let me go back to this change. So what I'm thinking we should do, we go to gametext.h. Yeah. Huh. Interesting that the game text manager is in the CPP. Good. So in here, I would say we put includes. We can put it here and it defines. Define. If enable English substitute strings. Then we do define fetch or substitute. And then we have label and substitute string. Let's call this label string, substitute string. Label string A, substitute string W. And then we have an else and an end if. So here we do fetch label string A. And here we have fetch that would be tricky. That would be tricky. Right, that doesn't work because we don't have a boolean to pass in here. Yeah. Okay, that's a problem. Fetch, yeah. We would have to also add the game text here. Then we would have, we need to add a scope. We need to have a boolean, say, what does it return? Exists. And then we pass it here. Exists. Well, that doesn't work either. Exists. How can we make it a one-liner? Can we deploy some trick here to get this guy? I don't think so. We would have to call. Fetch or substitute. const white char, I think. A new function. Well, maybe we do need a new function after all. So let's say we have a virtual Unicode string fetch or substitute. Yeah. Let's comment out this one. And so that takes this bool, no bool, 0. And then it would also have a const white char substitute text. Okay, so that would, yeah. And then, but we still need the macro to properly compile it out. And then we would have fetch or substitute. I think what we should do is we should put it at the end here. And then we say fetch or substitute. Substitute text label A. Fetch. Maybe this will work. And then in game text CPP, we need to say game text. You say if def that undiff. Or we just say undiff. Then we go to this fetch function. Give it show Unicode string. Label. Then we go to that one. Then here we say bool exists. Str fetch label exists. And then if exists, if not exists, then return str. I think that will work. Yeah. Yeah, I think that could be good. And then we go to replay menu. And so instead of doing these two things, we do let's put this here. So instead of all this junk, we now call fetch or substitute, which should then call the macro. And in the macro, we pass this here, this, and that. And that should work. I should compile out completely. Yeah, I think that looks pretty elegant. Let's see if that compiles. blah blah. Okay, that compiles. Fantastic. I would say we put a breakpoint in here. And check it out. Title, map not found. Yeah, okay, cool. I think that's much nicer because it takes a burden out of writing all this garbage here, and it becomes a single one-liner to either say, okay, we fetch this label. If the label doesn't exist, this is our fallback string, right? And we can completely compile this out by flipping this one here to 0. Then these English strings are compiled out, and it only loads in str or CSF. Yeah. I would say we don't even need to say it's English. I think what we can do is we just say, we can also now remove this comment here. We can say enable game text substitute. Enable game text substitutes. The code can provide substitute texts when strings are missing. The code can provide substitute texts when labels and strings are missing in the str and CSF translation file. And then we put that here. I think that's much better. Cool. Replay menu. Yeah, then we can remove all this junk here. Let me test that it compiles if we deactivate it. Maybe we should say overrides fetch or substitute function call with this macro. Overrides the fetch or substitute function call with this. It is quite invasive though, because that means that any function name with this will be substituted, right? So it's not that great on that angle. Feature substitute. We could make it all uppercase to clearly communicate that this is a macro. Yeah. I could say, okay, we call this fetch or substitute. Then we also don't need to do this undef here. And then we use this here. Yeah, I think that's fair. Alternatively, no, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. This is meant to be used like the game text feature substitutes. GUI label name L fallback text. Super hackers at what is it, a feature info? I see there's a type error here. Substitute. Man, this word is hard to type. The substitute text. Let's call this substitutes fallback text. The substitute text would be compiled out if navigation is not defined. Was not defined. Will be compiled out if it's not defined. Okay. Okay, I think that works. Simplify using game text with substitute texts. Game texts fetch with substitute texts. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Good. Data. Okay. Let's call this improve use. proof use. Okay. Good. Then I think this looks pretty good, but now we need to think about how we can okay, we need to like break this up into smaller changes because we changed quite a lot. I think the first step, let's rename this to TMP fix replay loads. Let's call it replay menu issues. Okay, the first thing I would like to do, we first go to main branch. Yeah. The first thing I would like to do is simplify using create a new branch, another new branch. And basically I would like to cherry pick all changes here. Ah, shit. Okay, all these changes. Yeah. And we cherry pick them without creating a commit automatically. Just cherry pick them. Okay, so now we have all changes combined here in one. This, that, and that. It's all in one. Okay, it doesn't look like much, but we can simplify this. Okay, let me create a new change. So this is replay menu fixes. Yeah. Okay. So basically I just want to have it in one change so that we have like a clean diff of everything, right? Good. So the first fix, what we do now, we create another new branch and we call that fix replay menu. What is it? Older replay version. Fix replay menu. Version, let's say incompatible version message. Yeah, so that would be our first fix. So to do that, we go to replay menu and we recreate the fix. And we can find it. Let's fix this here first. If we are given okay, so then let's find this one here. Okay, so when we double click a replay, we have this message missing, right? So the first thing we do is we copy this guy here. And we put that here. No. Here. There we go. Okay, so what this will do is just fix the older replay version message when we double click on a replay. Yeah. Okay, let's test it. Good. Load replay. Okay, so all these guys are mismatching, which is fair. And so if we click on load replay, we get this. And if we double click it, we get it as well. Okay, so this change we call set h Yeah. Fix fix missing older replay version message dialog when double clicking a replay to load. Actually, I think it would be better if we for now call it TMP fix replay menu issues 5. Yeah. And we just keep it pending now changes. Okay, so that's change number 1. Change number 2, we do the refactoring. And that is move it into the static load replay function. This here. This. Yeah. So. So we take this guy. Load replay, okay, and then we drop this here, right? There we go. And we fix this and that and that and that, and here we call load replay. File name, and then we simplify this here, and then here we also do maybe put a reload replay file name and this. Put it together. Okay. Yeah, so first we have the fix, now we have the refactor of combining those identical pieces of code here, right? This is doing exactly the same thing. And then we do set age, move duplicates, move duplicates code to load replay with into new function. Okay. Good. That is step number 1. And this will then go into a separate branch. But for now, let's just keep pushing to this branch. Good. So after this we can so we need to I mean, it's not so much code, right? But how do we do it? This replay menu thing needs to become a class. It's just unsustainable to have like all these functions. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Good. We need to. What does this do? Test version playback. Oh, it reads the replay header again. Oof. File name. I think we also need a function. Any difference? Exe different. Where's this function used? Just in the replay menu. Test version playback. Test version playback. Replay header. Struct replay header. Public. Why is this a member function? Can we make these things static or not? Fire. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's see. So replay header. Okay, I see. So I think what we can do is I would say we move this down here. Test version playback. Oh no. Let's move it back up. Okay, so it looks like we need this. And then we need to put a new one here, replay header, and we do a const replay header. And I think we can make it static. And then return true if this version of the file is the same as our version of the game. Return true if this version of the file is the same as our version of the game. But it says if it's different, it's true. What? The return does not match the description. Or does it? Am I stupid? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. I mean, I'm not surprised that this is incorrect because the name for this function is shit to begin with. How about we call it replay version matches game version. I think that's much clearer. Return true. Returns true if this version of the file is the same as our version of the game. Yeah. Okay. Now the intent is clear. The function name clearly says what we want. So returns true if the playback is a valid playback file for this version. There we go. We can maybe simplify this to replay matches game version. There we go. And then here we say so if not success, then return false. Yeah. Repair matches any exe difference. Oof. Wait, what? If we cannot read the replay header, then this is assumed to be it was assumed to be compatible? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's stupid. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So if a file was not a valid replay file, the header was wrong, then it returned the same as if it was identical, the same results. No, that's stupid. Yeah. That's stupid. Okay, so I think we have to move this guy in here. So if exe is different or any is different, then we return false. Otherwise, we return true. And then here we do header. And then we do if read replay header. Then return header, otherwise return false. Then here we say not replay matches game version, then message box. Okay, let's test that. Loads, load replay. Yeah. Maybe we should also create a replay that matches our version. Let me see. Exit game. Load. There we go. Okay, that works. Okay. They mixed it up, yeah. True. They should have returned here false and here true. Yeah. Good. So this fixes fix fix incorrect, fix missing, fix missing older replay, fix missing version mismatch, fix missing replay version mismatch dialog when the replay header would not have been recognized. Fix missing replay version mismatch dialog when the replay header would not have been recognized. Okay, that's the next change. Good. Next one. Man, that's a lot, isn't it? Good. So next we do Okay, looks like we post some question marks. Okay, let me join the question marks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. We need to. We need to. I think the next change we do is the one where we add this stuff here, the refactoring. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that is above this one here. Oof. Let me just put a line here. Okay. So I think this is fine. I think the map cache, this check actually should be here, right? Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Then um, yeah. Then we search for this guy here. And to keep the diff simple, I would say we don't change indentation. Or do we? Let me see. So basically we remove this here. Yeah. Then we remove that. And that. Or yeah. Remove that. And that. Okay. And now we simply add here RMI everywhere. Okay. Let me also edit here. What is this extra stuff for? If we uncomment this, what happens? Extra str. FPS. Let's do if 0 and if. Okay. Okay, anything else we should do here? I don't think so. Okay, so this should compile. Yeah. Let's also test if this one would compile in theory. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Good. Good, then this will be our next change. Can also remove this here. So this will be get replay map info. How about we rename this to, it's not just getting it, it's actually reading from disk, right? Yeah, it is, this one is accessing the file on disk and then it parses it and so on. How about we rename it to read replay map info from file, to really make clear that this is accessing file. Actually here this one is called read replay header, so maybe it's just enough if we say read that, and it says here file name. Yeah, so yeah, I think that is clear enough. Okay, then this will be next change 0 hour. Fix no move 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 replay map info related code into new function. Okay. And then after this one, we fix the load crash, all right? And we do that by we do this by adding this stuff, you know. Now the question is, I think we pretty much take this stuff here as well, right? It's time. So go to game defines, copy this one here, game text.h, take this here, and this here. And this this. There we go. Okay, cool. And then here we do this here. Load replay. Replay menu. There we go. And so we do this here. So this is replay map info. And this one replay matches game version. And here we no longer need to pass ASCII string. So this one, if we call it this way, it would load the replay again. So here we would read the file, the replay file, and here again. But since we already have the header, we can now pass here RMI header. And this way we save one file access, one file read. Makes it cheaper. Good. And yeah. Now the question is, should it first test the game version or this one here? I mean, both arrows apply. Probably doesn't matter, right? We don't have the map. The version doesn't match. Why is there okay cancel? Okay means we can load the replay anyway. Interesting. Yeah, so it has to be here, because if it would print this dialog, yeah, print prompt replay map not found. Prompt the replay map not found message box first, before the older replay version message box. Super hackers add info. Prompt the replay map not found. The map not found message box before the older replay version message box. Map not found. Older replay version message box. Because the how do we say that the second message box, the I need water. Okay, so prompt the map not found message box before the older replay version message box because the second one has a button to load, has a OK button to load the replay anyway, which would be fatal if the map was missing, which would be catastrophic. Fatal is good. Fatal, which would be fatal. Second one has an OK button to load the replay anyway, which would be fatal to do if the map was not present. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's very nice. Let me see. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. I wanted to look at this one here. No. I want to look at. Helmut. Replay EA. This one. So this would be the last fix, yeah, which is really small. Because the second one has an OK button to load the replay. Because the second one has an OK button to load the replay, which would be fatal. Okay. So this should all work now, except for the red text in the replay menu. Okay, let's launch that. By the way, the music is a bit annoying. Good. So now, okay, so we don't have this map. And if we click on load replay, it says this replay cannot be loaded because the map is not present. The map is not present. The map. How about we say this replay cannot be loaded because the map was not found. On this computer. On this device. Hold on. Why didn't that print a warning there? Hold on. What was that? Huh. Okay. Ah. Because the else if is wrong. The else if is wrong, yeah. You just say if. No. How? Okay, well, hold on. That I don't understand. The else if should work. Hold on, let's put a breakpoint in here. That is strange. Pragma optimize off. Optimize. Yeah, something is not right here. Load replay. So RMI. Okay, replay matches game version header. False. Version time string diff. Return false. Okay, well that something's not right here. Let me one good thing about this game is that it's so easy to test, like a match, because you can do pretty much everything locally, fast, can quickly load into games. Okay, so what is the problem? False, true. So there's a mismatch. False, true, true. So the ini is matching, but the exe is not, and so this exe is different, and so we return false. Ah, right, that was wrong. But it was correct before, right? Let me double check. It was correct before. Okay, it was just a copy pasta error. Okay, it should be correct now. Oh, but I can still load into it. What what is this? Oh boy. Oh, we didn't build. Okay, well that explains it. Let's try again. Continue to load. Not found on this device. Okay, now it works correctly. Okay, cool. That is fantastico. Then we got this and that. This is meant to be used like game tanks. Okay, this one we can remove. And should remove, of course. Okay. Stage. So this will zero hour show implement implement map not found message dialog when attempting to load a replay whose map is missing. Implement a map not found message dialog when attempting to load a replay whose map is missing. Okay, then we commit that. And then the next change, I think we can cherry pick, right, the one from the one from Helmut, this one, because it will be exactly the same as far as I'm aware. Let's try cherry pick this commit. Let's see. Nope, not quite. Actually, it looks good. Versions map ST. I think this should be armi.md, right? Okay, so this will be ZH show replay entries whose map is missing in red. In red color. Show replay entries whose map show replays whose map show replays with missing maps in red color. Show replays with missing maps in red color. Okay, so now we have 6 changes and it looks to be neatly organized. Yeah. So we fixed the issue where the older replay version message dialog was not popping up when double-clicking a replay. Then we have a refactor here. Then we fixed the replay version mismatch. Fix missing. The replay would not have been recognized. I think we should rename this and use the same revert. Fix missing older message. Fix missing older replay version message dialog when the replay header, would not have been recognized. When the replay was not recognized. Or let's say, I don't know if it's an actual issue. Let's say prevent missing older replay version message dialog if the replay header was not recognized. Because I don't know if it can actually happen. Because I would assume that if the replay header is not even recognized, then the replay is not even listed in the list, right? That's my assumption. So it's probably only a theoretical problem. Yeah, but it's good to fix that anyway. Then we did some refactor here. Then we implement a map not found message dialog when attempting to load a replay whose map is missing. And then show replays with missing maps in red color. Well, let's revert this. Improve replay menu to show improve replay menu to show missing maps in red color. Yeah. Improve replay menu to show missing maps in red color. Yeah. That's better. Okay, cool. That is quite a lot. Then let's compile this and see if everything works correctly. Yeah. Now we still need to then replicate those things to generals, but we can do that once the reviews are finalized. Yeah. Okay, then the next step will be to create the pull request for these guys. I think we need four maybe. Let me see. So these two down here, they are one change. This is one change. This is one change. And this. So 4. We do 4 changes, 6 commits. Or we just make it all one commit. One. Yeah. Yeah. think we should also add this co-authored here to say that Helmut has worked on this one, reverts. That way. Move the new function. Message dialog to the replayer. Missing maps in red color. Okay, I would say, I think it will be easiest to make these smaller commits. Like, don't put one pull request with all 6 commits, but split this into 4 pull requests, one after another. That would be easier to digest. Yeah. Juicy replay menu fixes will be coming up. Good. So then let's give it one more test. Yeah, and then we open the first pull request for it. Okay, so it should show it in red color. So if we click here, it warns us about the older replay version, and we click here, map not found. This replay cannot be loaded because the map was not found on this device. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, that means no more crashing in the replay menu. That's very good. It's actually a really critical fixes. One of the top complaints when people are, hey, why is my replay menu crashing? I just want to watch this replay, right? Yeah, good. Then let me go to main branch. So first we fix missing older replay version message dialog. rename that. So, and here we cherry pick this guy. Cherry pick, automatically create commits, yeah. And then we cherry pick this guy. Okay, then we push that. So this change refers to this one here. Split of that. Say merge with rebase. This change, so it fixes a bug. GUI minor. It also does a refactor. Bug GUI minor refactor. To do replicate in generals. So this applies to generals and 0 hour. This change fixes the missing older replay version message replay version dialog. By the way, why do we say message dialog? Just call it dialog, right? Yeah, why do we call it message dialog? Let's rename that. Just dialog. Fix missing older replay version dialog when double clicking a replay to load. Yeah. So this is gen zh fix missing older replay version dialog when double clicking a replay to load. This change fixes the missing older replay dialog when double clicking a replay to load. Additionally, it refactors, it moves the duplicate code. It into the duplicate, load replay code into a new function. Load replay code into a new function as a separate commit. Okay. More question marks. Okay, cool. That is, yeah, once this is merged, then we create the next one. Yeah, 3 more after this. Okay, cool. Then I think we can take a break here, right? Yeah, it's been almost 3 hours. Yeah, we take a break, and then next session we can probably continue with our fixes that we have done earlier this week. Bunch of static analysis fixes, null pointer dereferencing, and so on. That we did not conclude yet, so that we can also continue. Yeah, there certainly is no shortage of work. On the other hand, maybe there's something else I can do. There's one big crash left to fix that I know that we maybe can do. Yeah, that's quite a critical one, which I would not like to disclose how to do it. Maybe we can do that as well. It probably is not a complicated crash. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that is good. Yeah. Good. Then I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.